Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, everyone. I am Miriam Jane Mulyahan. Since my co-reporters have already discussed sections 1 to 8 from Article 8, the teacher and the learner, I will now continue with section 9, which is the last section of this article. So in Article 8, Section 9, a teacher shall ensure that conditions contribute to the maximum development of learners are adequate and shall extend needed assistance in preventing or solving learners' problems and difficulties. Article 8, Section 9 means ang teacher na siya responsibility to create a learning environment that supports the full development of every learner and also to help students nga ma-overcome ang any problems or difficulties nga ilang na-experience. When it says conditions contribute to the maximum development of learners are adequate, it means a teacher should make sure the classroom is safe, comfortable, organized, and supportive. Because these conditions, it helps students to learn better, to participate actively, and to grow not only academically but also emotionally and socially. On the other hand, extend needed assistance means that a teacher should guide, support, and help learners who are struggling, whether ilang problems ka related sa lessons baron, sa behavior, or mga personal nga situations. So, ang teacher should not ignore kani nga mga difficulties nga na-experience sa ilang students, but instead, mangita sila paagi to help the learner nga ma-improve or makasik og proper nga support. So for example, if ang student is na siya difficulty about sa pagsabot sa lesson sa klase, so a responsible teacher dili lang siya mo continue sa pagtudlo and leave the student behind. Instead, ang teacher dapat i-explain niya ang lesson again in a simpler way, mag-provide siya mga extra exercises or maghatag siya one-on-one nga assistance to help the students nga maka-understand dayon sa lesson. Another example, if naka-observe ka sa imong student nga always siya quiet and seems in trouble, so ang teacher may approach the student and makig-istorya siya privately. Mag-ask ka sa student about sa iyang situation and mag-provide kag encouragement or guidance. So if ang problem pod sa student is serious, ang teacher may also refer the student to a guidance counselor. Article 8, Section 9 highlights that a teacher must ensure a supportive learning environment and actively help learners to solve their problems. So this shows that teaching is not only about giving knowledge, but also about caring for and guiding students toward their overall growth and success. Now that we understand the importance of the relationship between the teacher and the learner, especially in guiding and supporting students for better learning. So let us move on to the Article 9, the teacher and the parents. This article focuses on the partnership and cooperation between teachers and parents in shaping the learner's development and behavior. So it consists of three sections, which I will now discuss. First, we have the Article 9, Section 1. Every teacher shall establish and maintain cordial relations with parents and shall conduct himself to merit their confidence and respect. Article 9, Section 1 means that a teacher should build and maintain a good relationship with the parents of their students. So the word cordial relations means being friendly, respectful, and approachable when dealing with the parents. So it also says that a teacher should act in a way that earns the trust, confidence, and respect of parents. So this means that a teacher must be professional, honest, responsible, and also respectful in communication. So for example, in communication, so a teacher regularly updates the parents about their child's progress in school through mga meetings, mga messages, or sa report cards. So if ang student pod is having difficulty, so the teacher politely informs the parents and suggests ways to help the child at home. So it builds trust and it shows respect. Article 9, Section 1 emphasizes that teachers should maintain respectful and positive relationship with parents and behave in a way that earns their trust. So this helps create a strong partnership that supports the student's success. Next, we have the Article 9, Section 2. Every teacher shall inform parents through proper authorities of the progress and deficiencies of learner under him. exercising utmost candor and tact in pointing out the learner's deficiencies and in seeking parents' cooperation for the proper guidance and improvement of the learners. Article 9, Section 2 means that a teacher has the responsibility to keep parents informed about both the progress and the weaknesses of their child. However, this communication should be done through proper school channels like parent-teacher conferences, official messages, or reports, not in an informal or inappropriate way. So the phrase exercising utmost candor means that the teacher should be honest and truthful when talking about the learner's performance. And at the same time, tact means that teacher must be careful, respectful, and sensitive in choosing words, especially when discussing the student's weaknesses so that the parents will not feel offended. The teacher should also encourage parents to cooperate in helping the learner improve. This shows that education is a shared responsibility between the parents and the teachers, and both must work together to guide the students properly. So for example, during sa parent-teacher conference, so example, ang teacher, ingnon niya ang parent nga ang iyang anak is active sa klase and mo participate but having difficulty sa exam. So instead of saying something harsh, ang teacher dapat i-explain niya in a politely way. Then ang teacher pod pwede pod siya mo suggest na mag-set og study schedule sa home, maghatag og mga extra practice activities and mag-monitor sa child's progress. So because the teacher communicate honestly and respectfully, ang parent understand siya sa situation and becomes willing to cooperate in helping the child improve. Article 9, Section 2 emphasizes that teachers should inform parents about their child's progress and weaknesses honestly but respectfully and encourage their cooperation to properly guide and improve the learner. Next, we have the last section, Article 9, Section 3. A teacher shall hear parents' complaints with sympathy and understanding and shall discourage unfair criticism. Article 9, Section 3 means that a teacher should listen to parents' concerns or complaints with patience, sympathy, and understanding. This means that a teacher should not ignore or react negatively, but instead try to understand the parents' feelings and situation. At the same time, the teacher should discourage unfair or unreasonable criticism. This means if a parent is blaming or criticizing without proper reason, the teacher should respond calmly, explain the situation clearly, and guide the conversation in a respectful and professional way. So for example, if ang parent mo complains that their child received a low grade and believes that the teacher was unfair, so instead of getting angry, the teacher should react in a professional way. So the teacher then explains the grading system and magprovide siya evidence such as the test results or the class records. So if the criticism is unfair, the teacher respectfully clarifies the truth without arguing. By doing this, the teacher shows understanding while maintaining professionalism and fairness. Article 9, Section 3 emphasizes that teachers should listen to parents' complaints with understanding and respond respectfully while properly addressing and discouraging unfair criticism to maintain professionalism and good relationships. Article 9 reminds us that education is not the responsibility of the teachers alone. When the parents and teachers work together, they create a stronger support system that helps learners to grow, succeed, and reach the full potential.